Hello everyone, here we are going to see about the Unit 5 continuation part. So in this presentation we are going to see about as engineers as expert witness. Then we are going to see about the moral leadership, then code of conduct, as well as we are going to see about the corporate social responsibility. So let me see one by one. Engineers as expert witness. So frequently engineers are required to act as consultants, and they will provide the expert opinion and views in many legal cases of past events. So they are required to explain the causes of accidents, malfunctions, and the other technological behavior of structures, machines and instruments. Example, personal injury while using an instrument, defective product, traffic accident, structure or building collapse, and damage to the property. There are some of the cases which are testimonies are needed. So the engineers who act as an expert witness, which are likely to abuse their positions in the following manners. First thing, hired guns. So mostly lawyers who have hired engineers to serve the interest of their clients, that is, the lawyers are permitted and required to project the case in a way which is favorable to their clients. But the engineers have obligations to thoroughly examine the events and demonstrate their professional integrity to testify only the truth in the court. So they do not serve the clients of lawyers directly. So they hired guns forward white lies and distortions. As demanded by the lawyers, they even withhold the informations or shade the facts to favor their clients. Second thing will be the money bias. That is, the consultant may be influenced or prejudiced for monetary considerations, that is, gain reputations and make a fortune. Next, ego bias. So the assumption that the own side is innocent and the other side is guilty, it is responsible for their behavior. That is, the inordinate desire to serve one's client and get name and fame is another reason for this bias. So sympathy bias. Sympathy for the victim on the opposite side that may be upset the testimony. So the integrity of the consultant will keep these biases away from the justice. So the court also obtain the balanced view of both sides, that is, examining the expert witness of lawyers on both sides to remove the probable bias. So engineers will be expert their witness in all these bias. Engineers as expert witness, that is duties. So the expert witness is required to exhibit the responsibility of confidentiality that just to do in the consulting rules. So they can divulge the findings of investigation to the opposite side unless it required by the court of law. So more important is that witnesses are not required to volunteer the evidence favorable to the opponent. So they must answer the questions truthfully and need to elaborate and remain neutral and all the details that are asked for further. So they should be objective to discover the truth and communicate them honestly. So the standard of experts that should be depends on the shared understanding that is created within the society, the legal system that should be respected, and at the same time they should act in the conformance with the professional standards as obtained from the code of ethics. So the experts should earnestly be impartial in identifying and interpreting the deserved data, recorded data and industrial standards. They should not distort the truth even under the pressures. Moral leadership. So the moral leadership is required for the engineers. The reasons are as follows. It is leading a group of people towards the achievement of global and objectives. The goals as well as the means are to be moral. For example, Hitler and Stalin were leaders, but only an instrumental sense and not a moral sense. So the leadership shall direct and motivate the group to move through the morally desirable ways. So they lead by thinking ahead in time and morally creative towards the new applications, extension and putting the values into practice. So Morally creative means the identification of most important values as applicable to the situation, bringing clarity within the groups through proper communication and putting those values into the practice. So they sustain their professional interest among the social diversity and the cross-disciplinary complexity. So they will contribute the professional societies, professions and their communities. So the leadership in engineering is very, very important. Volunteerism. Another important avenue is for providing the moral leadership within the communities. So they will have the engineers to promote the services without the fees, and also it has been reduced fees to the needy groups. So the professional societies can also promote such activities among engineers. So this type of volunteerism has been in practice in a field of medicine, law and education. So many of the engineers are not self-employed in the case of the physicians and the lawyers. So the business institutions that has been encouraged to contribute the percentage of their services as a free or concessional rates for charitable purposes. Next is the community services. So this is another platform for engineers to exhibit their moral leadership. So the engineers can help in guiding, organizing and stimulating the community towards the moral and environmentally desirable goals. So these organizations have come forward to adopt the villages, and it will execute many social welfare schemes and also towards the objectives. Code of conduct. So engineering is an important and they will learn more professions. So the members of this profession, engineers, are expected to exhibit the higher standards of honesty and integrity. So engineering has a direct and vital impact on the quality of life of all the peoples. They will assess the services provided by the engineers that will require the honesty, impartiality, fairness and equity that must be dedicated to the protection of public health, safety and welfare. So the engineers must perform under a standard professional behavior that will require the adherence to highest principles of ethical conduct. Some of the fundamental canons in the ethical conducts are engineers in the fulfillment of their professional duties shall hold the paramount the safety, health and welfare of the public, perform services only in areas of their competences, issue public statements only in the objective and truthful manner, act for each employer or client as a faithful agents or trustees, avoid deceptive acts, conduct themselves honorably, responsibly, ethically and lawfully, so as to enhance the honor, reputation and the usefulness of professions. So these 6 things will become under the fundamentals of the codes of conduct that has been followed by the engineers to fulfill the professional duties. Second rules is for practices. So that is, the engineer shall hold the paramount safety, health and welfare of the public. So the engineer shall perform the services only in the areas of their competence. So engineer shall issue the public statements only in an objective and truthful manner. So engineer shall act for each employer or clients as a faithful agents or trustees. So they will avoid the deceptive acts. So these rules will be followed by the engineers in the practices in during their safety and health precautions in the public competences. So this made the code of conduct more important in the global issues. Third will be the professional obligations. So that is, the engineer shall guided by all the relations at the highest standards of honesty and integrity. So the engineer shall be at the times of strive to serve the public interest. So they will avoid all the conduct or practices that will deceive the public. So it also not disclose without the consent confidential information concerning the business affairs or technical processes of any present or former client or employers. So most of the public body will be served their engineers as a confidential information. So engineers shall not be influenced in their professional duties by conflicting the interest. Next is the professional obligations. So that is, engineers shall not attempt to obtain their employment or advancement. They are professional engagements by untruthful criticizing engineers by other improper methods. So engineers shall not attempt to injure maliciously or falsely, directly or indirectly, professional reputations, prospects, practice, employment or other engineers. So they will having the unethical or illegal practices in the reason such information to the proper authority for actions. So engineers shall accept the personal responsibility for their professional activities. They will provide the engineers that may seek the indemnifications for services which has been arising out their practices for other gross negligence. So the engineers shall give the credit for engineering work to whom credit is due, and will recognize their proprietary interest of others. Corporate social responsibility. So the company has a economic responsibility. It must earn a return for its stockholders within a confine of the law. So the corporate social responsibility means that the organization will have the ethical and the societal responsibility that will go beyond their economic responsibility. So CSR requires organization to expand their understandings of their responsibilities to include other stockholders such as employees, customers, suppliers, local communities, state governments, international organizations, etc. So the ethics could be seen as a crucial component of individuals and group behaviors that will have the heart of organizational responsibilities. So this makes the corporate social responsibility more important in the economical responsibility of the organizations. Thank you.